Before we conclude this video for configuring outbound SSL decryption, I want to quickly discuss some limitations that we have seen in this specific feature. We discovered that if you have an active license, then you can select the categories that you want. However, if there is no active license, then choosing any category will not work and the appliance will not decrypt the page. If you select any for the URL category, then it works. Let me provide an example to illustrate this further. Right now, we have our URL category set to any that we tested before and everything works. Let's change that to a specific category. Therefore, let's go back to policies. Then let's go to decryption. And here's our policy. And let's click on URL category. So right now you can see it is set to any, but let's add the social networking category. But this time our firewall does not have a valid URL filtering license. So let's go ahead and add that category of social networking. There it is. And let's click on OK. And let's do a commit. So that means that our firewall should only decrypt secure sites if they are social networking sites like Facebook.com. Now let's go back to our user computer. Here we are. Let's close this up. And let's go back and check out our Outlook web application. Okay, let's check out the certificate. And here we see what is expected because we only want our firewall to decrypt secure social networking sites like Facebook.com. So that means that we see the verified certificate for the connected Exchange server. However, let's go to Facebook.com now. Okay, let's check out the certificate. And this time we see that the certificate is verified by VeriSign. That means that our firewall is ignoring the configuration we did and it is not decrypting the page on our behalf. Let's go back and change the decryption category option back to any. So let's go back to our administration page. Let's actually move this aside. Go back to the URL category and let's select any. Let's remove that. Let's say OK, and let's commit our changes. And it's finished. Let's go ahead and close this up. When we go back to Facebook.com, let's go ahead and close this and relaunch Facebook.com. When we check out the certificate, we now see that the certificate is correct, as you can see. And we can replicate this error multiple times and it still produces the same result if you do not have an active license for URL filtering. So the bottom line is this. At the end, I feel that this is a type of bug within the PAN OS for the URL category or a limitation restricting lookups within the database itself. But that isn't true because we can select various applications by name for a security policy without a license installed, and that works without any issues. Furthermore, just like the SonicWall appliance, having a license allows you to download the latest database, signatures, and applications to your firewall to always be protected by new threats. But you can still utilize what currently exists in the database, and Facebook.com, for example, would still be classified as a social networking application on our local firewall for the PAN appliance. Therefore, it appears that having a license is needed if you want to be more selective for the categories you want to include for decryption. Now, at the same time, we still notice some random issues with the decryption policy, even with a license installed, where some secure sites work and others did not. Plus, our SSL session count was very low, so we're not reaching any limitation with our firewall. So the bottom line is to be aware of these potential issues when you're configuring outbound SSL decryption. And I would recommend to report them if you see them to your PAN support team to ensure that this option is truly stable for production use. Now, we will provide future updates about this particular issue when new updates are available.